Welcome to Silent Secrets. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most quietly painful experiences a man can face. When a woman doesn't really want you, but she wants the attention you give her. It's a confusing, emotional trap that millions of men fall into. And the worst part? Most of them don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. You've probably been there before. She texts you out of nowhere, laughs at your jokes, maybe even flirts a little. It feels good, you feel wanted. But deep down, something doesn't add up. The connection feels one-sided. You're giving your time, your energy, your focus, but somehow, you're not really getting anything back. One day she's warm, affectionate and engaging. The next, she's cold, distant, and distracted. You try harder, thinking maybe she's just having a bad week. But what's really happening is something far more subtle and far more damaging to your self-worth. Because here's the truth. Not every woman who gives you attention actually desires you. Sometimes, you're not the man she wants. You're the mirror she uses to see herself as desirable. In this video, we're going to break down, in cinematic detail, the psychological signs that a woman is only keeping you around for attention, the real reasons why she does it, and why it works so well, and most importantly, how to walk away from that cycle with your confidence, dignity, and masculine power restored. So sit back, listen carefully, and don't just hear these words, feel them. Because if you've ever been kept on standby for someone who never intended to choose you, this video will open your eyes. She only reaches out when she's bored. Let's start with the first and most obvious sign. She only reaches out when she's bored. You'll notice a very distinct pattern with women who use men for attention. She's not texting you because she genuinely misses you, or because she's thinking about you. She's texting because she has nothing else going on. When she's busy, when she's fulfilled, or when someone else is giving her attention, you'll barely exist. But the moment her day slows down, her phone lights up with your name. It's like you're her emotional vending machine. She inserts a message. You deliver validation. She might send something like, "Hey stranger," or "I was just thinking about that joke you told." You reply instantly, because part of you still hopes this time it'll be different. But it never is. The conversation goes nowhere. It's surface level, light, playful, and then she disappears again. What you're experiencing is not connection. It's emotional convenience. She doesn't text you to build anything. She texts to fill a void. The psychology behind this behavior is simple but deep. Some people, not just women, crave the sense of being wanted. When life gets dull, when their self-esteem dips, they reach out to people who they know will respond, fast. It gives them a hit of emotional validation, a reminder that they're still desirable, still admired, still in control. But here's the dangerous part. You become addicted too. You start waiting for her messages like a fix. Even though you know she'll probably vanish again, you crave that moment she returns. You rationalize her inconsistency because even a little attention feels better than silence. And that's how the cycle traps you. Her boredom becomes your obsession. But the truth is, a woman who values you doesn't contact you out of boredom. She reaches out because she cares, because she wants to share something with you, because she misses your presence. So if her messages come only when she's got nothing better to do, she's not choosing you, she's using you to fill the silence in her own life. Her actions don't match her words. Now let's move deeper into something even more subtle. She says she likes you. She says she enjoys talking to you. She might even say, "I really see something between us." But watch closely, because her actions never match those words. She'll say, "We should hang out soon." Yet every time you try to make plans, she's suddenly busy. She'll say, "You're such a great guy. I don't want to lose you." Yet she makes no effort to actually keep you. This is where a lot of men get emotionally trapped, in the space between what she says and what she does. Because when you like someone, your brain wants to believe their words. You hold on to hope, replay her compliments in your mind, and convince yourself that she must care. Maybe she's just not ready. Maybe she's scared. But here's the truth. When someone truly wants you, their actions are loud, clear, and consistent. Confusion only exists when there's a lack of genuine intent. People who are using you need to keep you emotionally uncertain, because uncertainty keeps you chasing. If she gave you clarity, you'd either move forward or move on. But as long as she keeps you guessing, you stay invested. This is not attraction. It's emotional management. She's keeping you hooked with breadcrumbs. Just enough affection, just enough warmth to make you think something real might be there. But she never feeds you the full meal. The psychology behind it? Control and validation. By controlling the rhythm of your hope, she keeps you emotionally orbiting around her. You think you're waiting for love, but really, you're just stuck in her loop of convenience. Here's the rule. Believe patterns, not promises. If her words don't match her actions, it's not confusion. It's a decision. She keeps you around, but never commits. This one hurts, because it feels almost like love, but it's not. She keeps you close enough to feed off your energy, but far enough to avoid any real commitment. She wants your texts, your good mornings, your jokes, your emotional support. But when you try to take things further, she hits you with, "I'm not ready right now," or "let's just see where it goes." Weeks pass. Months pass. You're still in the same spot. No progress, no clarity, no direction. Just emotional limbo. And when you try to pull away, she suddenly becomes sweet again. She reels you back in with words like, "I miss our talks," or "things feel weird without you." But the second you relax again, she retreats. It's not confusion. It's strategy. This is how she keeps you locked in, by never giving you enough closure to walk away, but never enough commitment to move forward. The truth is, she doesn't want to lose you, but she doesn't want to choose you either. And that's one of the most painful realizations you can have, that you're not loved. You're kept. Psychologically, this happens when someone enjoys the security of knowing they have your attention, even if they have no intention of building something real. It's comfort. It's ego protection. It's having someone available, without the responsibility of actually giving back. And if you stay, you'll slowly drain yourself dry trying to prove your worth to someone who already decided you're better as a backup than a partner. Here's the truth. When a woman wants you, you won't have to decode her actions. You won't have to earn her consistency. She'll show it, effortlessly. She thrives on your compliments but gives. Nothing backlets talk about emotional reciprocity. If every time you compliment her, her eyes light up, her replies are instant, her tone is warm, but when you need a bit of reassurance, she suddenly disappears. That's not love, that's extraction. You're her personal cheerleader. She comes to you when she wants to feel desired. You tell her she's beautiful, amazing, unique, and she soaks it in like sunlight. But when you're feeling down, when you need a kind word, silence. This isn't a connection. It's a one-way transaction. Psychologically, people who crave validation often treat others like mirrors. They don't engage with you for you. They engage for how you make them feel about themselves. She doesn't crave your presence. She craves your praise. And here's what's even worse. Over time, you start shrinking yourself to keep her happy. You stop expressing your needs. You stop expecting balance. You start thinking, as long as she's talking to me, I'm good. But you're not good. You're being drained, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. Real connection is mutual. It's give and take. If she only wants to receive and never to give, she's not interested in your soul. She's interested in your service. And the moment you stop feeding her ego, she'll look elsewhere for her next dose of attention. So ask yourself, when you talk to her, do you feel appreciated or do you feel used? That answer tells you everything. She only wants you on her terms. If every interaction happens on her timeline, her conditions, and her convenience, you're not in a relationship. You're in a one-sided power dynamic. You'll notice the pattern. She texts you when she feels like it. She expects instant replies. She disappears when you need her. She cancels when it's inconvenient, but gets upset if you're unavailable when she wants attention. Sound familiar? This behavior is all about control. She's not necessarily trying to hurt you, but she is trying to keep emotional authority, because as long as you adjust to her terms, she never has to adjust to yours. Every time you drop what you're doing to answer her, you reinforce that you're always waiting. And the more available you are, the less she values that availability. Scarcity creates respect. Over-availability breeds indifference, and the psychology is simple. When someone knows you'll always be there, they stop trying to deserve you. So what do? You set boundaries. Calm, clear, confident. You don't punish her. You don't play games. You simply stop overextending. If she disappears for a week, don't respond the same minute she comes back. If she cancels, don't rush to reschedule. Respect your time, because people mirror the value you show yourself. When you stop being the backup plan, you force others to treat you like the main priority. 6. She disappears when you need her. Here's the real test of any connection. What happens when you need support? When life hits hard, stress, family, work, or emotional exhaustion, does she show up? Or does she vanish? Because a woman who values you will want to be there for you. She'll ask, "Are you okay?" She'll check in, she'll listen. But a woman who only uses you for attention will go missing the moment the spotlight shifts. When she's sad, you're her comfort. When you're sad, you're a burden. This imbalance reveals everything, because real relationships, even in their early stages, thrive on empathy. You don't have to fix each other's problems, but you should at least care. If she can lean on you, but you can't lean on her, that's not intimacy. That's exploitation disguised as affection, and you'll notice, she often justifies her absence. "Oh, I've just been busy. I'm not good with emotional stuff," but somehow, she always finds time to post stories, go out, or text others. That's the harsh clarity. She's not too busy for connection. She's just too uninterested in yours. Stop making excuses for someone who wouldn't make time for you, because when you keep showing up for someone who disappears during your lows, you're teaching them that your presence is unconditional, even when theirs isn't. Real love doesn't vanish when you're vulnerable. It shows up even when it's inconvenient. She keeps you as backup. While chasing others, this is the final and most painful sign. She keeps you on standby while she pursues other men. You're the one she texts when she's lonely. You're the one she vents to when her date ghosts her. You're the one she leans on when her crush ignores her, and when that other man comes back into the picture, you fade into the background like you were never there. You're not her priority. You're her placeholder. This is the ultimate manipulation, and it's rooted in fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of silence. Fear of losing the attention that validates her self-worth. You're not the man she wants. You're the emotional insurance she keeps in case her real desires fail. And as long as you tolerate that role, she'll keep you in it. She doesn't need to give you commitment, because you've already given her attention freely. And here's what most men don't realize. She may genuinely like the way you treat her, but not you. You're her emotional support system, not her romantic interest. But the longer you stay, the deeper you sink into that role. And when she finally finds someone else, she'll say something like, "You're such a great guy. I hope we can still be friends." And you'll realize she was never yours to lose. You were simply her emotional standby. The truth hurts, but it heals, because once you understand this dynamic, you stop settling for borrowed affection. You stop accepting temporary validation from people who don't plan to stay, and you start demanding something real: mutual effort, emotional respect, and consistency. Outwrote the end of the day. Attention without intention is manipulation. If she only keeps you around to feel desired but never gives you depth, she's not building with you. She's feeding off you. And the longer you stay in that role, the more you teach yourself that crumbs are enough. But you deserve more than crumbs. You deserve clarity, effort, and honesty. A woman who truly wants you won't confuse you. She won't make you feel small. She won't vanish when you need her most. She'll show up. She'll invest. She'll make you feel seen. So stop chasing temporary attention. Stop giving your energy to people who drain it and start protecting your peace. Because the right woman won't need to use you to recognize your worth. She'll Already see it. This is Silent Secrets, where we decode the quiet truths most people never talk about. If this message resonated with you, share it, because somewhere out there, another man needs to hear what you just learned.